Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to invade the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the brave, and the
Them Speed Shop Xfinity Series, Round 10, the regular season finale for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com at the iRacing virtual track of Kentucky Speedway. Who will be the top 12 after tonight? Who will be fighting for the championship? Welcome, everybody, to MaxSpeedTV. On the mic here tonight, myself, Joshua Medlock, alongside Blair Patterson. Blair, we're getting kind of a late start here because, well, my internet. But, hey, we're here, and I'm glad to have you, buddy.
Yeah, we made it. So glad that we're all here and already got some people watching live right now.
Yes, we do. Well, we haven't really had time to go over much of anything. They are in out of the drivers' meeting here, but since we are in here and we're able to do this, we are going to pull up our pole sitter here tonight, Garrett D. Grant. Garrett D., we made it here. You're on pole. We see this, buddy. How's Kentucky? How you feeling out there, man?
Feeling pretty good after qualifying. Felt pretty decent in practice. Figured I was gonna qualify in the top 10, but definitely not the pole. But pulled one out there. Feeling really good about the setup. this is my favorite track, so we'll see if we can get it done tonight.
So what is it going to take here, Kentucky? It is a night race and not a day race. So you think that track out there is going to have some grip?
Yeah, a little bit because it's going to transition tonight, but the setup's so tight. I think it's all going to be all about saving that right front.
Oh, going to be some tire wear here tonight.
Oh, yes, sir.
All righty, Garrett, we'll let you get back to it, buddy. I know you were talking to David down there, so, hey, good luck out there, Garrett. Well, hopefully we'll see you at the end, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hopefully so.
Uh-huh. All right, well, that was Garrett D. Grant, our pole sitter here. We're going to go ahead and get into the pre-race analytics here really quick. 85 air temp, 86 track temp, 140 laps here tonight, Blair. 210 miles, tire window. I just threw a tire window out there. I'm sure it's going to be I'm sure it's going to be less than 30 to 35 laps. But fuel window, 30 to 36 laps, somewhere around in there is when that fuel window is going to open. A pit road speed, 50 miles per hour here tonight. So, what do you think these guys are going through tonight? The regular season finale, a lot on the line here. And of course, there's some bubble guys too.
That's going to be the biggest perk. These bubble guys, there's a lot on the line, so we're going to see a lot of really, really, really good racing out here tonight. There's a lot of guys that are really close to making it into the playoffs. There's a couple of guys that might not make it into the playoffs. So the guys on the outside, look for them to be aggressive. The guys on the inside, look for them to be conservative, and then we'll see where it shakes out here in just a little bit.
Yes, we will. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into the point standings since we have time here. Bryce Edisak up in the top spot, 346 points. GT Hawkins in second, 342. 4 back. Allen Elwood, Elwood in third, 325. 17 back. David Weishart in fourth, 306. 19 back. David Elliott up 2 spots in the fifth, 286 points. 20 back. Jeffrey Creek down a spot into sixth, 274 points, 12 back. Jacob Bell down a spot into 7th, 268.6 back. And running out the top 8 here, Cale Gale, 259 points, 9 points back. Blair, you want to go through the rest?
Yeah, then we got Nicholas Vroom at 255 points. Garrett Heath right behind him, only 2 points behind him in 10th. Justin Gann right there behind him, 2 spots down, 249 points. In 12th place, the cutoff is Michael Thwaites with 243. And then the guys on the outside looking in tonight, Ed Morris, Jerry Glenn, Nick Hunt, and Mike Rominger.
Oh, yeah, just look how close these guys are here, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. There's only 15 points that separate these drivers. I mean, you can make that up by, getting up there. You make it up winning a race for sure. But you're hoping that those drivers ahead of you have a bad race.
Yeah, problems with the guys ahead of you. On the K&N side, I was on the outside looking in Monday night. My whole goal going out there as an outside looking in guy, I'm just going to have the best race possible. And I think that's what Ed, Jerry, Nick, and Mike need to focus on. Just run the absolute best race they can. And then maybe they'll get a little luck by having some problems with guys ahead of them.
Well, we do it here on MaxSpeedTV, Blair. And since you're up here in the booth with me tonight, you actually get to pick who you would like to see come away with the win here tonight. You go first, bud.
Wow, that's incredible pressure, seeing that I drive for Downforce Motorsports. So I should really pick a Downforce guy. But, man, I'm going Garrett D. Grant. He sits on the pole, and he tells us this is his favorite track. That's what I'm going with.
All right, Garrett D. Grant is going to be your pick. Well, throughout the week, I have picked somebody outside of the top 12. And, I am not going to change it here tonight. I am picking somebody outside of the top 12. And I told him I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. I'm picking the 00 of Nick Hunt here tonight. He is going to make the chase. He might not win, but he will make the chase for sure. But I am also picking him to win here tonight.
That's a strong pick. Nick's a really good racer with a lot of experience here on iRacing. That's a really strong pick.
Yeah, he gets mad at me every time I pick him, but oh well.
Yeah, he'll get over it or he won't,
Oh, he's a good old guy. All right, well, I mean, we're coming down less than a minute here, guys. If you have guys and girls, I see Sandra out there. So glad to have everybody out there in chat. It looks like we've got Blair Patterson out there, also in the booth here. Timothy Smith, D.F. Williams, Brennan Kennedy out there in chat. talking it up. Glad to have all of you out there. Called NASCAR out there as well. Glad to have everybody out there. M&M's Racing Late Night. Glad to have you out there. We'll be coming down here to gridding them up here momentarily. And, Kentucky is a unique track, Blair. The way it's banking here is, we're going to get more into the banking as the race goes on, but they're going to be wheeling and dealing on that steering wheel the whole night.
Oh, it's a lot of work with the banking here. So to the casual observer, this looks like your cookie cutter mile and a half. It does not drive like it. So these guys are going to be on the wheel all night long.
All right. Well, as they get into spreading them up here, we're going to go ahead and get to it here. The pit pass starting grid here tonight. Garrett D. Grant grabbing the pole. Congratulations to Garrett for getting the pole. Hill Gale going to start on the outside of him in second. Mike Rominger third. Cameron Hearn in fourth. David Weishart fifth. Tommy Haynes sixth. Darren Clement seventh. Ed Morris eighth. Richie Evans ninth. And Jerry Glenn going to round out that top 10 in qual. Blair?
So you got Jeffrey Creek in 11th. You got Michael Mueller in 12th. David Elliott in the number 42 machine, 13th. Bryce Sinisak, 14th. GT Hawkins, 15th. Brandon Fries in the number 2, 16th. Zach Ogburn, 17th. Nick Hunt, your pick, starting 18th. And Garrett Heath, 19th.
And Mason Kane, 20th.
Yeah, Mason Kane, 20th, round up the top 20.
All right, Josh Mayhew, 21st. Jacob Bell, 22nd. Michael Thwaites going to be in 23rd. Andrew Murad, 24th. Dalton Calden, 25th. Mark Hamlin, 26th. Tommy Amassi, 27th. Casey Duncan, 28th. Alan Elwood, 29th. And Gary May will be starting 30th.
Then 31, we got Nicholas Froome, 32, Willie Nelson. Danny Weir in 33, Jeremy Clifton in 34th. Joshua Gillow in 35th. Michael Adkins, 36th. Jeremy Horn, 37th. And then we got Andy Starcher and Don Kidder as the admins.
All right, shout out there to Don Kidder, Andy Starcher, doing their admin duties here tonight, man. It's a tough job being an admin here. I've not been an admin, but I've seen what they go through. Man, it's tough. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be. I've never admin a race, but that's something that I'm not looking forward to if ever asked.
Oh man, all right. Well, they haven't started rolling off here. So hopefully they'll be rolling off here momentarily. And I can't find my phone. There we go.
There it is.
Oh,
there you got it.
It's been a headache. Oh man, today has been. It was started off good, and then when the internet dropped, it was like, oh no, don't start this again. You're messing up my broadcast here, Yeah,
internet can be bad on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays.
Mondays.
Oh, he's on Mondays.
All right, well, we got 19 watching here tonight. We got 12 likes, and I know that we can do better now. We're going to get to the team point standings here later on in the race. Right now, since we're getting things going here, we just haven't got to that yet. Don't worry, I have not forgot. I just it's been a rough start.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we got plenty of time. We got 140 laps here.
Yep, 140 laps, and everybody, man, already coming into turn number 3 here. I do apologize. We're going to go ahead and get them going here, and then I will update the paints here for everybody. I do apologize for that. We'll get those updated, and as they make their way around turn 4 here, it'll be in Garrett D's control. Is going to be on the loud pedal. There he is. He is on the loud pedal. And the green flag is out. Buggity, buggity, buggity. We're racing here at Kentucky.
Yeah, Garrett D jumped out to a large start here. Everybody running 2 wide. Going to see some 3 wide action here tonight. Nothing yet, of course.
All right. Well, man, I do not like these camera angles. Oh, man, I do not like these camera angles. All right. Well, it looks like here as the paint update for everybody out there. Looks like still some battle going on right here, but Garrett D. Grant is going to lead down. Oh, we got a caution. Oh, double driver. Casey Duncan going to be involved in this. Let's go back here and take a look at the first caution of the evening, Casey Duncan. So what happened to KC? All right, it looks like he's on the outside here, almost 3 wide, right up ahead of him. Coming out of 2 here onto the back stretch. Oh, right there, it looks like maybe the 5-0-5 caught that outside wall. Catches it, the 33 right there with him. Oh, man, that is where it's going to happen at. The 05-33, the 11. The 10 going to get a piece of it as well. Oh, man, hard lit. Oh, no. The 10 hitting that outside wall, Blair. Coming back down into the 0-2-8. The 0-2-8 just nowhere to go. And the 78 cutting it across 2. He's also going to take a hard lick into that outside wall for the first caution of the year.
And that 10 took a big hit into that outside wall. Just watching the replay here, you know, it's things like that as a driver that's just, it's the absolute worst. There's nowhere for you to go, and the next thing you know, you're caught up in somebody else's little mess there, you know?
Well, you know, I don't drive much. I have drove here on iRacing. You're a driver more than I am. And, you know, sometimes it's good to have a driver up here, and sometimes it's a bad thing. But, you know, as a driver, especially, you know, well, you know, Kentucky, it is not a short track. It is a speedway. It is 1.5 miles, but it races kind of like a short track. You know, there's really no reaction time until you get spread out. And even then, in some cases, you have no reaction time.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's a 1.5 miles that drives like a short track is probably the best way to describe it. I think that just goes into the banking and the way you have to approach these corners. I mean, you've got to brake a little bit. A lot of 1.5 miles you don't even have to brake at. But, you know, getting into 3 here in these Xfinity cars, these guys are going to be using that brake pedal.
Oh, yeah. It's that middle pedal for everybody that don't know. The green flags. What's that?
I have no idea how to use that middle pedal.
Oh, okay. Well, the green flag, sponsored by All Paws Animal Hospital. I didn't give a shout-out to them at the first. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. They also sponsor all green flags here. So, glad to have them on board. Let's kind of talk about Kentucky here and the way the banking is here real quick, Blair. Turns 1 and 2, 17 degrees. You know, that's a good degree there in, you know, those turns. Turns 3 and 4, 14 degrees. So, it kind of goes down a little bit. The tri-oval here at, okay, let's just go with the straight first. The straight, 4 degrees of banking. So there is some banking there on the back stretch. But the tri-oval is 8 to 10 progressive. So the further you go up the track, the higher that banking is.
Correct. And a lot of guys like to shortcut the tri-oval here, like you see at some other tracks like Kansas and Chicago. I was watching practice. A lot of guys are wanting to shortcut that tri-oval. Speaking of track layout, did you know who this track is kind of dedicated to?
No, I don't know. That's some insider information.
Okay, so this track is somewhat dedicated to Darrell Waltrip. So the racetrack is shaped as a D for Darrell, and the garage area is shaped as a W for Waltrip.
Well, I did not know that, and I don't know. I don't know who knew that. Did anybody, the fans out there, did y'all know that? It's always good to get the fans involved, though, Blair.
Oh yeah, gotta have the fans. That's what makes it even more fun up here.
Thanks, Alan. I appreciate it, buddy. Man, I try, man. I didn't know if I was gonna make it tonight, but hey, we may have been late, but we wasn't late to get the green flag, so we made it. Well,
right
Blair,
on time-ish.
Yeah. Well, Blair, they're coming out of 2 here, buddy. Going on the back stretch. How about you get them going here this time, Bob?
Oh, boy. All right, I got them.
All right. Yeah. No pressure.
Yet I feel pressure, which is odd.
Coming to the All Paws Animal Hospital green flag restart. Coming to lap 6. Blair is going to be the one getting them going.
And it looks like Garrett D. Grant's still out front. Looks like he's going to be opting for the high side here, which is going to put him right ahead of his teammate in that other Northern Capital car out there. So this should be a really good restart for them. Waiting on the pace car to drop down. And pace car's making that left-hand turn, so the race is in Garrett D. Grant's hands. He steps on that loud pedal. Green flag is in the air. Little checkup on the bottom line there, but Garrett D. Grant gets out ahead, dragging his teammate right along with him as they go down into turn one.
All right, coming into turn number one. Yeah, he's got a teammate in that Northern Capital machine of David Weishart. But right now, David's got he's got the Eddie Pruitt-Helga to his inside. Mike Robinger, Tommy Haynes coming up. They're getting single file up here. Tommy going to drop it low there into turn three. Going to make the pass on the 9 of Mike Robinger.
We got them single file, looks like through the top 4 spots. Little battle there for fourth. Looking to the inside there, but it looks like they're going to get single file. This abrasive track, you just got to focus on hitting your marks as a driver and drive the track. I think somebody in chat said that earlier.
Yeah, I believe it was
Tyler Hallman.
Tyler Hallman. Yep, I believe
Speaking
it was.
of Samson Motorsports.
Yeah, yep.
And
Like I
Curtis
said.
is in chat.
Who is?
Curtis Vollmer.
Curtis out there. Curtis is in chat. Glad to have you out there, Curtis. Well, we got a pretty good battle back here. Zach Ogburn to the inside of the 09 of Bryce Sinisak. Got the 2 of Brandon Freeze. I know you called him Fries earlier. Right behind them, Garrett Heath, Mason Kane also here together. I mean, it's just a jumble of cars right here. And, you know, they're getting around this track quickly at about 33, low 33s with the tires that they have. Now, once those tires wear off, Blair, those 33-second laps ain't going to be that you're not even going to see them.
No, you're not going to be in the 33 range.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're not going to be in the 33 range at all once those tires fall off. And that's just due to grip. So you're not going to be able to charge the corner in as hard. You're not going to be able to carry as much speed through the corner. And you're going to really have to watch how much throttle and how quickly you give it off exit to get going. So all those things, once tires go away, start costing you lap time. But the great news is everybody's on the same tire.
Yeah, everybody pretty much on the same tire here. We get back here at about Dalton Kelton, Michael Atkins Jr. You know, they did come down pit road, as well as Nicholas Vroman, Casey Duncan back out here, Joshua Gillian, Willie Nelson. He is on the same tires as well. But, you know, still got some drivers there that have came down pit road. But for the most majority of it, everybody on the same tires. But still this battle for second between the 24 and the 83. Garrett D. Grant now, our pole sitter, back to third. David Weishart, another Northern Capital machine, up to the lead. He is going to lead a lap. Even though you don't get a bonus point for leading a lap, you do get a bonus point for leading the most laps.
That is correct. So it's important to lead laps out here. And I like the way ExtremeMotorsports99.com does that. So they put the focus on leading the most laps, not leading a lap, which pretty much prevents a guy or a team from staying out and not taking tires just to lead a lap. Well, then they'd be out there on old tires and may cause quite the bottleneck up front. So that's one of the rules that I love about this this series here.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, they changed it up. You know, used to it was if you qualified, you got a bonus point. Well, now it's only the top 12 in qualifying, and you know you'd have to go back at the very beginning to see who actually got that extra bonus point for getting into that top 12. They get a bonus point as well. You get 2 bonus points for having a no incident race, and you know I think that goes to show for cleaner racing. To keep your car as clean as you possibly can, regardless of if you win or not. If you keep your car clean, you're going to get that 2 extra bonus points for having 0 incidents.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's in my opinion, that's an alleged rule in the rule book as a driver. I've never gotten the 2 bonus points for having 0 incidents. So allegedly that's a thing. I don't know. I can't speak to it.
Yeah, it is. Well, we had a battle back here between a 14 pit pass machine and the MaxSpeedTV machine here. Running back here 11th and 12th. And, the pit pass machine is going to overtake that position. We have some battles back here happening as well. Dalton Cowden to the inside of the 87 of Zach Ogburn back here at about 22nd, 23rd. Pretty much single file for the most part. 147 of Michael Atkins Jr. now to the inside of Zach Ogburn as well through the tri-oval and into turn number 1.
Yeah, I'm watching some battles here. I'm watching Michael Mueller here in 12th place. There's some guys behind him getting a little racy, like Darren Clement, which looks like he has a new sponsor on that car this week. We can get back to that in a minute. But I'm watching some of these battles right now. So out there, what you guys are seeing, you're seeing a lot of single file racing. And, okay, it kind of looks like a parade. I'll agree with you. But the beauty of it is, it's who's taking care of their car right now. Who's setting themselves up for the long run. So right now, as a driver, I would just be out there taking care of my stuff, making sure that I still have tires on the car for the end of the run so I can get some more of these spots back.
Well, you know, the quicker you burn the tires off, then, you know, the quicker of course, you'll have to come down pit road. These guys don't want to do that. You know, they want to come down pit road the same time as they would if they needed fuel. So I think early on, you're going to see these guys try to take care as much of that right front as they possibly can here at Kentucky, where it is very abrasive. Like I said, you know, that tire window I put in there 30 to 35 laps, Blair, that's just out of the question. However, you can do it if you save them tires.
That's the whole key to running abrasive racetracks. You know, like this one, Darlington, you know, all the famous abrasive racetracks, Atlanta. The whole key is saving that right front tire. That's the whole name of the game. And here in just a few laps, what are we, 18 laps into this thing?
About 18 laps.
Yeah, so we're about halfway through a tire run, about halfway through a fuel run. We're going to start seeing a little bit more racing here. I'm starting to see some two-wide stuff back here around 15th to 20th.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yep. Bryce Sinisek.
Yep, absolutely. Bryce Sinisek dropping to the bottom of the 42 there. So what that is we're going to start seeing the guys who took care of their tires and start picking up spots, and the guys that went out there, ran a little hard, and wore it out.
Here comes the 5 of Elwood, is what I call him. That's his nickname, Alan Elwood in the 5. He is going to make the pass there on Garrett Heath. He's going to go up into 217th, started 29th. Well, they got the 2 of Brandon Freeze, though, right there with them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good little battle right ahead of them. Old Curly Fries up there. David Elliott right up there.
Did you just call him Curly Fries?
Yeah, on purpose.
Wow!
Yeah, Brandon Freeze, Curly Fries, Crinkle Fries, whatever you want to call them.
I hope he is not listening to the stream right now, to be honest with you.
No, I'll probably get a message later of him sending me a not-so-fun emoji face.
Well, I'm watching here. We got some side-by-side action fixing to happen. Jeffrey Crete looking to the inside of the 8 of Richie Evans. And right behind him, Jerry Glenn. Also now to the inside of the 14 of G.T. Hawkins.
Yeah, I'm watching a pretty good battle back here around 17th, Josh. 99 and 77 have been going at it for about 2 laps back here.
99 of Andrew Mirage, Jacob Bell. Good little green flag run, and we're through. What? No, that was close.
Oh, we got one in the wall. Looks like the number 5 got up in the wall. He's shooting through the grass now.
Elwood. No. Still under green flag conditions here. They go back and take a look at what happened to Allen. Stay live. Keep an eye on that as I take a look at it here and see what happened to Allen.
I'm watching him live. Looks like he's got it back up to speed. He's got it rolling.
All right.
I'm watching to see if he comes to pit road this time or if he's going to stay out here. Looks like he's going to be staying out. Yes, he is staying out this time. We got the replay up.
All right, yep, I'm looking at the replay here. Oh, yeah, coming out. Oh, it looks like the 2 got into the wall, and the 5 just kind of followed him and just got loose down across the grass. What happened? I think Allen said, all right, that grass is too high. I'm going to have to cut it.
Yeah, well, that's something he's going to have to take up with Don Kidder. Don Kidder usually pays the landscaping company, so he's going to have to hit up Don for a little extra money this week, I think.
All right, but still, green flag here. These front guys have been out here at about 24 laps. Now, we did have that caution. They may be able to stay out a few more laps, but, the fuel laps, 30 to 36 laps. But still, nevertheless, they're going to have to pit somewhere in between there for fuel. And here you have got to take 4 tires. You cannot take 2.
Absolutely. I don't think 2 is going to be a conversation with any of these guys tonight. I think this is a no-brainer. 4 tires, fill it up full of gas every single stop.
All right. Got to ask a question in chat. Where's Katie? Katie is handling personal business, family business right now. Is unable to make it, but she understands, and I understand fully as well. Told her to handle the personal, real life stuff before you get back over here. So, don't worry, we got it covered.
Well, just give a shout out to her and her family. Hope everything's
3
working
wide
out.
on the front stretch.
Oh my goodness gracious, a 3 wide.
Yeah, well, it didn't last long. David Elliott was on the outside. He backed out quick. Go ahead, Blair.
Hey, I don't blame him. I'd be a little nervous 3 wide. I was just giving a shout out to Katie and her family, and hope everything works out great for her.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I'm looking at David Elliott here. He's looking to the inside of the 76 of Kane. Are we going to see 3 wide again? Guys, come on.
I'm watching a battle for second place heating up here.
Oh, okay. Let's go
like,
check on the second.
Tommy Haynes is dropping there in under Cale Gale, and it looks like Mike Rominger's coming in underneath him.
David Meyer saying 5 wide out in chat. David, play nice, please.
I hope you don't see a 5 wide.
Tommy Haynes, man, look at Tommy driving it up through the field in that number 17. Boy,
this is a battle right here. These
Yes.
guys are all over each other right now.
I'm on Tommy Haynes. He's got Cale Gale. He looks to the inside, but Cale Gale just drops it almost right in front of him enough so he can't get around him. Of course, it is still early. These guys are going to race it up throughout the whole race for sure. Cameron Hearn also battling it up here with the 24 of Garrett D. Grant, our pole sitter. Right back here, Richie Evans getting passed there by the 14 of GT Hawk, and GT coming up through the field.
Appreciate the people in chat saying that I'm doing a great job just trying to watch a race and tell you what I see from here. I appreciate the good words. And speaking of watching this battle for second place that I'm still focused on, the only one who likes this battle more than us sitting here watching it is David Weishart in that 88 car. Because as those guys are battling, he's running away from them.
Yep, he's getting more of a gap between him and second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So he's loving the battle back here. I don't know who's loving the battle more, us, like you said, or him.
Well, flip a coin because I'm really enjoying it. But if I was driving that 88 machine, I'd be loving it.
I'll be watching that 9, though, Mike Rominger. He is on that inside line. Now, draft here at Kentucky. There isn't much at all, if any. I mean, by the time you get the draft, you're back in the corner. So draft is nothing.
Yeah, not much to speak of here with these cars. I mean, these Xfinity cars are really big cars. They punch a big hole.
Oh, no, the 17 contact! No, the 24! No, Garrett D. Grant involved! The 9 involved! Oh, no! Let's go back and take a look, man. We were almost, I'd say we were 3 wide, almost 4 there. Not quite, but almost. But, however, let's see what happened to Garrett D. Grant and the 17, the 9. I think the 17 might have got a piece of it, too.
Yeah, the 17 got a little touch. I think he's going to be okay. Just a little wrinkle on his left rear quarter, but it looks like the 24 and the 9 got the worst of it.
All right, yep, right here, the contact. Now, if you look at it here, almost 4 wide. almost, because the 24 is not quite up to the 9, and the 9 not quite up, beside the 17. However, just enough there between the 17 and the 9 for contact made, and somehow the 17 of Tommy Haynes manages to save that. I don't know how he did it, but he did. And then right there, the 24, the 9 contact made between them two. The 24 tries to save it, can't do it. It goes around on him right in front of the 9, and the 14 of GT just missing it. Damage going to come to the 9, the 24, and the 17, but I think for the most part, they're going to be okay damage-wise. They didn't go hard into the outside wall, but they are going to get some damage.
Yeah, there's going to be a little damage. We were just talking about the draft before we had this caution come out. So draft, aerodynamics, all these things all play in together. So looking at these hits, I don't think these cars are going to be hurt too bad. So my pick of Garrett D. Grant, I'm still feeling really good about him.
I think Aero Push has a lot of problems here.
Yeah, we might see some of that. David Weishart wins the race off of pit road. He was our leader when the caution came out, and he looks to assume the lead.
All right, we'll wait for him to come on up here, and then we'll go ahead and pull up the other Samson guy that's out here, David Weishart. David Weishart, Joshua Medlock, Blair Patterson in the booth, buddy. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, David, you're up here running in second. You started 5th. Man, a good green flag run there. How is it feeling?
Tight. Really, really tight. And it just gets worse as the run goes on. I was looking forward to some green flag pit stops there, but we got the caution. But either way, get some fresh tires on this thing and get it racy again.
Well, your teammate started on pole. He fell back. Now you're up here, David, so you pretty much, I would say, mathematically locked in, but you definitely still want to get the best finish you can. So how does that make you feel coming into tonight, this regular season finale, knowing where you're at right now?
I mean, I felt good coming in here anyway. This is me and Garrett's home track, so we expect to do pretty well here when we do come here. So I always look forward to coming to Kentucky, regardless of where my points are at, but I do feel obviously pretty comfortable with where I'm at in the points right now.
All right, David, well, let's get to it. Well, Blair, anything for David real quick?
He must be Southern Indiana boy if he's calling this his home track.
Yeah, Southern. I'm right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky.
Gotcha. Well, good luck out there. These Samson cars are looking strong, so looking for a good finish for you.
Thanks, man. Hopefully we can get it done.
All right, David, good luck, buddy.
Yeah, well.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well, I don't think we're going to have time to interview anybody else. We'll probably get that all-elusive one to go here this time. But it looks like everybody has made it back out there on the track as that Ford Mustang comes across the stripe here. David Weishart in the Northern Capital 88 going to be on that inside line, and that is going to be the one to go. And David Weishart has chosen that inside line, Blair. So, the preferred line here at Kentucky, inside or outside?
That's one of those questions at this track. I mean, there's certain tracks where it's a no-brainer kind of thing. This track here, I think it comes down to driver feel and driver preference. We saw on our second restart, our leader took the outside. This time we're seeing the leader take the inside. So I'm going with this as a driver feel thing. I'm with the 88. I'm taking the inside if I'm the leader.
All right. Well, I'm taking if I was the driver, I'd be taking the end of the longest line. I'd take my own EOL. I'd come down pit road. That's just me.
It's hard to win from back there, Josh.
Yeah, I know. All right, coming to the all-pause Cinema Hospital green flag restart here. Come to lap 36 of 140. We still have not hit that halfway mark here tonight, but glad to have everybody out there. At 33 watching here, that pace car is going to dive off. We have hit 34 at peak. Here we go. It's going to be in control of the Northern Capital 88 with Cale Gale to the outside. David Weishart, good jump. Cale Gale timed that perfectly. Boy, what a time perfectly for that for the 88 or the 83 of Cale Gale.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Timing a restart is very difficult to do. Cale Gale just put on a clinic right there on timing a restart, which is why he's staying so close to Weishart right here. And Cale Gale, great iRacer, great racer all around. So I think that comes with experience.
Oh no, the 14 pushing up a little bit. The 7, haven't mentioned him much. Probably, I would say one of the drivers I like watching is that number 7 of Ed Morris. I like watching everybody, but Ed Morris, the way Ed races, he's fast, he's conservative, but he races hard. And, he fights to get the best finish he can. If I could pick 2 people here tonight, of course it would be Nick Hunt and I would pick Ed Morris. But since I'm only allowed 1, I'll stick with Nick Hunt.
Fair enough. I think Ed Morris, I think you hit the nail on the head describing his driving style and his abilities. I mean, he is the first guy out of the playoffs. So you're going to see some... probably going to see a little bit more aggressive driving out of Ed Morris tonight than what you normally do. He's a very consistent driver typically, but I think you're going to see him get up there and dice it around a little bit because he needs that strong finish to get in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, right now, he is up here in 10. Like you said, 13th in points right now in just outside of that cutoff line. Michael Thwaites ahead of him in 12th at that cutoff line. Michael Thwaites currently running back here in 26. Now, I know it's not over, but if the race was to end now, Ed Morris would have a pretty good shot at getting in. Not saying he would, but he would have a pretty good shot at it.
Which is my favorite line in the history of broadcasting, if the race ended now. Which I hope it doesn't, because we're about to see some 3 wide on the front stretch. This 76, 09, and 5 are getting really dicey up here right now.
Oh, all right. Well, we're going to go up here. We're going to watch it. Looks like the 76 of Kane kind of backed out, though.
Yeah, that 09 on my screen, I'm seeing a little bit of damage on the back end of that 09 from our previous incident. But,
heavy damage coming to the 09 of Bryce Sitasek on that middle of the right rear on that spoiler there. I think that's what it's called. Sorry, guys. I don't.
Yeah, spoiler. I like it.
Yeah, I don't watch real NASCAR, so.
Hey, you should come over on a Sunday. You can sit on my couch. I'll let you watch it with me.
I don't watch real NASCAR because I don't like the way they do things. You know what I like? I like our racing. I like Extreme Motorsports and 99.com racing. That's what I like.
Oh, it's a good show out here tonight, that's for sure. So here we're back to the point, like we talked about on that first run, where we get strung out, single file, and this is where the guys are going to be taking care of their tires, just settling in, making laps right now.
Yeah. Well, there's some battles back here, though, Blair, buddy. We look at it. We're on KC Duncan here. Right around him, Michael Thwaites, Zach Ogburn, Josh Mayhew. Haven't mentioned him much out here, but, he's out here racing it up on the outside. It looks like Josh Mayhew is running a Maverick paint scheme here, and I think he is part of Maverick Motorsports, if I'm not mistaken. He is with GT Hawkins. Yeah,
looks like a Maverick paint scheme. He's going around in a Jacob Bell racing car right there. There's a pretty good little battle right here. 24 is back here. He's going to be making his way back up. His damage doesn't look near as bad as the 09s, though.
Yeah, looking at that 24 here, we'll get on a chase view. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad on that 24 Northern Capital machine. You don't have to have the aero here. Got to have that downforce, though. So, you know, could that affect him? Could it affect the 09 as well?
I think it's going to come into play. Hopefully, we get a chance to talk to one of these guys a little bit later on to see what they're feeling. That'd be some really fun insight for him to share with us.
All right, well, our pole sitter all the way back into 29th, trying to make his way back up toward the front. Battle here between Zach Ogburn and the 11. 11 being Casey Duncan. Yeah,
Yes,
I've got 29 on the driver bar here. It's ATVO. It has nothing to do. It could be ATVO and it could be something with their paint. I don't know.
Well, I was talking to Casey before the race. I'm not going to blame your ATVO system. How about that?
Okay, well, I'll blame it all day long. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't.
Talking to Casey before the race, I think we can blame Casey on this one.
All right. Well, we're going to look at Chad here, see who we have. Looks like we got Drive for Diabetes Awareness Incorporated out there. I believe that is Brett Cool out there in the chat. Glad to have you, Brent. Looks like we've got 40 watching here tonight, man. You guys are killing it out there in chat. We got 22 likes. Can we hit 30 likes here tonight, folks? Awesome racing out here by these guys. As we get up here to the 7 of Edmore, is to the inside of the 34 of Dalton Cowden. Ed trying to go for 9.
I think we can get 30 likes easily. I'm still back here watching some of these battles around 12th place. The 5 and the 23 are going at it pretty strong back here right now.
All right, well, and they got the 32 Darren Clement right here with them, too.
Battles all over the track right now. Some really good racing as these tires are starting to get a little bit old on these guys. So they're going to start feeling what they call getting tight. We heard drivers talk about it earlier. So for those of you who don't know what getting tight means, think about this. You drive down in the corner, you turn the steering wheel, and the car simply does not want to turn anymore. That is what these guys are talking about when they say getting tight.
Well, Blair, I got you up here as the broadcaster here tonight, and I do appreciate your help jumping up here and helping out on such short notice. But as a driver, you know, you go out there and race it up. You know, what's your take? Now, what do you prefer? Do you prefer a loose car? Do you prefer a tight car? Or do you prefer it somewhere down the middle where, you know, it starts loose, goes tight, and starts tight, goes loose? You know, what do you prefer?
Well, of course, I want the perfectly balanced race car. That's what I prefer. The perfect balance. That's what I want. But since we don't live in a perfect world, I would prefer something a little bit on the loose side, but I want it loose off the corner. So on the exit of the corner, I want it to, the back end to start coming around, and you have to manage that with the gas pedal. Now, loose into the corner, that's a whole different ballgame. I'm out on loose into the corner, and that's when you turn down into the corner, and it feels like the back end's going to come around. It feels like the back end's turning faster than the front end. I am out on that program. I will take tight over loose end any day of the week.
All right, tight over loose end any day of the week. You know, and I'm the same way. I like it. You know, starting out a race like a tie. But then you throw something out there too, Blair. You raced on this new tire model. You know how it is. So, you know, compared before the update to now, what is the biggest difference these guys have had to undertake with that tire model update?
Well, the biggest difference, in my opinion, is, so previous tire model, you could go out there, have a tight race car, drive it really, really hard. You're going to lose grip on the right front. You're going to get tight. Okay, great. No big deal. You're just going to slow down. Well, nowadays, that right front tire will wear out and actually blow up. That's the biggest difference that I've noticed. All
right. Well, as we continue to look here, we got some battles brewing. And that 95 and Nicholas Roman to the inside of my pick, the 00 Nick Hunt. He's out there on that mid line here. And we haven't talked about the line here much tonight at Kentucky. Right now we see these drivers mostly running that inside line. Do you think that middle to high line may come in later on, or do you think with it being a night race, that low line, as the lights come on here, is going to be the sole factor in the sole line here?
So typically on an abrasive racetrack that is tight to be on a tight setup to begin with, you're typically going to see guys move up as tires wear out, and some of that is by Did you see something?
Yeah, the 42 and the 00 almost made contact.
Woo!
We're good. We're good. We're still green. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is they might move up, not necessarily by choice, but that's what the car has to do. It needs that more banking to help it turn because the tires aren't gripping as well.
All right, take a look here. We got 23 likes, 33 watching. Can we hit that 30 like mark here tonight? There, Bruce out there in chat. David Myers out there in chat saying Bob Ross. I don't know why he says that, but hey, I grew up with Bob Ross, man, and man, well, my favorite painter, man. I could just sit there and watch him all day long. I know we're racing here, Blair, but man, Bob Ross. I mean, he's a legend.
So I read David's next comment after he said Bob Ross, and it says, that's when I usually crash in NASCAR games. So I think that's what he yells out for a crash.
Oh, okay, that's his calling card. Don't use Bob Ross. Change it, man. Man, I'm upset.
I'll tell a quick story about my dad and calling out names. You ready for a quick one?
Oh, is the PG?
Yeah, and it's actually racing appropriate. So anytime my dad's in a restaurant and needs a refill on a drink or something, and he's looking for the waiter or waitress, and of course can't ever find them, he will yell out, Wally Dollenbach. And then next thing you know, the waiter or waitress always shows up after he says it.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
I can't make that up. I bet my mom's listening right now, and if she is, she's probably dying of laughter double. All
right, well, Danny Ware. Now, we haven't mentioned anything about Danny Ware here tonight, but I know last night, with the headache I had, I couldn't finish it. But Danny Ware finished second last night as they go three. Oh, are you going to go three wide? No, we're not going to go three wide yet. But Danny Ware finished second last night in the truck race. And, you know, I think Danny is going to be one of those other drivers that can play an upset, you know, in the point standings here tonight. Now, I know when we get into the chase, standby drivers are not allowed into the chase format.
That is correct from how I understand it. And Danny Ware, you know, I've driven a few truck races this year with Danny Ware in there. He is a strong competitor. That man is a good race car driver. So I think you're exactly right. He can play spoiler sometimes if given the right opportunity.
All right, Nicholas Roman now to the inside of the 77 of Jacob Bell. They are getting a little spread out. And I say a little because, you know, we're still in some cases, you know, about a tenth to about 0.3 of a second. You know, we go right up here to Jerry Glenn. Jerry Glenn, you know, he's got Michael Atkins Jr. and Alan Elwood right here with him. Right up here, we've got Dalton Cowden, Ed Morris, and Richie Evans together. Right up ahead of them, Tommy Massey. So they are getting a little spread out, but, you know, they're not getting it like you would see, you know, like at an auto club or at a Michigan. You know, they're pretty much staying close enough to where if something happens, they can make that move.
Absolutely. And speaking of making a move, Ed Morris is on the move right now. Looks like he's picking up yet another spot, getting up to 7th. I think he was 10th when we talked about him on the restart.
Yeah, he was 10th. He's up 3 positions as we come to lap 60 that time by. And we are coming up here in about 3 or so laps into that fuel window at about 30 to 36 laps. And they are already starting to get squirrely back here with these tires, Blair. You know, 30 to 35, and, you know, they're coming up on that 30 mark here in about 3 laps, 2 laps this time by. These tires are screaming, hey, I need some Mr. Feel-Goods here.
Yeah, these drivers are doing all they can. They're claiming that they see debris out there trying to get a caution because this is about the time that those tires get just really tired. They get really hot. They get really worn out, which just gets slick on them.
Throw that water bottle out there. That'll be some debris.
That's for sure.
See that when I used to watch NASCAR, I've seen that all the time. And you can't fool me. Bryce Senesack, our points leader, coming up, started 14th, currently running in 20th here. He's got some drivers around him, the 12, the 00, and he's coming upon the 77 of Bell here. You know, Bryce Senesack, he is one heck of a driver, and it shows it in the points. I mean, 4 ahead of GT Hawkins, but, you know, Bryce Senesack is going to be fighting for that championship come round 1 next week.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those drivers that's going to be in it all the way to the end here. Josh, I was just looking at lap times. You know how you were talking about those 32-second lap times?
33, go ahead.
Yeah, those have passed. We, with these tires wearing off, we are slowing down a little bit, but it's still providing really good racing because, you know, everybody's in the same boat. Speaking of which, the 83 has gotten to the back bumper of the leader.
All right. Up Kale. Yeah, we might have a battle for the lead. We also are going to have a battle here for third. GT Hawkins going to get around Cameron Hearn here. So GT going to go into that third place. Right behind them, Ed Morris coming up through the field. Jeffrey Creek, Dalton Cowden also right here together. But we are officially within that fuel window here. So now we're going to get to see exactly when some of these drivers, they start coming down pit road. And in here, you can come down really by yourself. So you don't have to have any drafting or anything. You can, you know, communicate with your team, you know, say, hey, well, I'm going to pit this lap. If you can make it, pit the next lap, you know, or pit in a couple of laps, or all come down at the same time and have a better shot at it. You know, strategies still play out on pit road.
Oh, absolutely. It's an important piece to it. I'm up here watching this battle for the lead still. Cale Gale got right to David Weishart's rear bumper. Then GT drove right up to Cale. So, I mean, these guys are going at it up here still. And we got pit stops coming. So that's another thing these drivers are going to need to communicate with each other of who's pitting when and where. So that way they don't wreck each other, which looks like GT's up right next to Cale for second place.
Battle for second, side by side. Man, it looks like Cale Gale on that outside. Man, it is going to be close here to the line. Who is going to have it? It looks like the 14 going to have it there at the line for second place. Oh, Cale Gale going to shoot back to the inside.
Yeah, don't count that 83 out. He just shot to the inside there. It doesn't look like he could make it stick on the bottom, but that 14 is now all over that 88.
Yeah, he has caught up to the leader, and he is giving him some action up here, putting that pressure on that Northern Capital machine. That pit pass in second. Cale Gale, Hyperdrive Motorsports in third. You do think Cale Gale is going to throw up some Gale Force wins out here tonight?
Oh, he's probably saving his stuff, knowing that we're not even halfway yet. He's probably just laying back, cooling off his tires, while these guys go neck and neck down into 1 and 2 for the lead. I think GT's going to get him off.
T going to take it. Wow.
Nice little crossover move getting off turn 2 for GT.
Yeah, GT don't want to leave that bottom open, though, Blair.
Oh, I was just getting ready to say the same thing. He left that bottom door open for Weishart. He looked like he was diving in there.
He does not want to leave that bottom door open.
Man, this is some really good racing. There's good racing going throughout the pack, but this race for the lead has gotten exciting now.
All right, they're getting a little spread out up front here, so we're going to go back here to about 8th. Got some side-by-side action going on back here between Ed Morris and Alan Elwood. Richie Evans, the 17 of Tommy Haynes. We talked about Tommy earlier, involved in that incident. I don't know how he saved it, but he did. You know, he is fighting his way back up toward the front.
Yeah, there's just some great driving going on back here. That 17 did a great job missing that wreck earlier. And Ed Morris dropped back to 9th right here. He restarted 10th, so he's sitting right where he needs to be to transfer into these playoffs.
Yeah, mathematically, I don't know exactly. I know the winner receives, at a maximum, the maximum points that they can get, I think, is 49. Am I right there, Blair? That's getting everything. The points are going to be close.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Cameron Hearn. Is that? No, that is Jeffrey Creek in the 51. Oh!
Man, that got exciting.
Well, we are over the halfway mark here, folks. Lap 71 of 140. Well, we will be when they complete it here, or when GT comes to the line. So, officially at that halfway mark here tonight. It's been awesome racing here. Cameron Hearn coming down pit road.
Yeah, you've been calling it there for a while. We're going to start seeing some pit stops. So I think we're going to be seeing green flag pit stops real soon here.
I think I was lied to on fuel laps.
Yeah, I think our in-race reporter that gave us the fuel number was a little off. But it looks like GT's coming down right now.
Did he get it well down enough coming across the stripe? Cale Gale coming down pit road as well.
So that should put Dalton Cowden in the lead right now in that 34 machine.
Yep, Dalton is up front. All right, well, at the halfway mark here, 2 cautions, 7 laps, 68 laps to go, 3 lead changes. That number will probably go up since we're under those green flag pit stops here. So we'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, 3 different leaders as Richie Evans comes down pit road. Jeffrey Creek, Tommy Haynes getting on that brake pedal and, getting it. He's locked it down, but he didn't spin it. He's good to go. He's on pit road as well. Danny Ware sliding into his pit stall. Josh Mayhew, Brandon Freeze coming down pit road.
And this is something
down pit road.
And this is something that takes a lot of talent to do, to get these cars woed down onto pit road and at pit road speed limit and keep it all straight. It takes a lot of work to do. Dalton Cowden's now pitting in.
Yep. Ed Morris, Nicholas Roman, the 00 Nick Hunt. Looks like Garrett Heath coming down pit road. Michael Mueller. Looks like, let's see, that's going to be it right now. We're going to watch KC Duncan. It looks like KC going to stay out. Boy, these top 2, though. Michael Atkins Jr. now up to the lead. Darren Clement in second. Looks like Casey Duncan, Mike Rominger all staying out here.
Yep. Darren looks like he's pulling down to get his service now.
Yep, he is now down pit road.
With just watching the way this is shaking out, it looks like Weishart beat GT Hawkins. Looks like he's ahead of GT. So once these pit stops play out, it looks like David Weishart will reassume the lead here.
All right, but talk about these current leaders here. They have been out here for about 44 or so laps. What is it? You've got to play strategy, and I understand that. As we see the 8-8-14 to there get around Michael Atkins Jr. to get back on the lead lap the old-fashioned way. Is this a strategy call for hoping for a caution to trap some of these drivers a lap down?
Absolutely. So guys like Michael Atkins Jr., Casey Duncan, Casey had that incident a little bit earlier, so he might have a little bit more fuel than the rest of these guys. So possibly what these guys are thinking is, let's stay out, let's hope for a caution, because getting these cars woed down onto pit road is really hard to do, and getting back out on the track. So if a caution comes out, they're going to trap guys a lap down, which is going to be beneficial. Only one guy is going to get the lap back as the lucky dog.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of drivers. Right now, the first driver 1 lap down is Jerry Glenn, but we see Michael Atkins Jr. pulling off. I think he has had enough. Just cannot go any longer. He is pulling off onto pit road. So that is going to give the lead up to when he gets back around. KC Duncan But now you see Michael Atkins Jr. pit. You know, what's KC going to do? Is he just going to go ahead and come down pit road? Doesn't look like it. Looks like that RCA machine is going to stay out.
So my guess on KC is he's made his bet. He's going to lay in it here. He's going to run this fuel stint all the way out, which will put him on a different strategy than these guys. So if he does run it all the way out, he pits when he needs to, and a caution comes out quickly, he can stay out again because those guys are going to have 10, 15 laps on their tires. So I think he's going to stay out here for as long as possible.
All right, KC Duncan up to the lead. David Weishart in second. Back on the lead lap, followed by GT Hawkins all over the back bumper of the 88. Jerry Glenn, Alan Elwood. Now it looks like everybody, according to my stats here, is going to be back on that lead lap here.
That appears, I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing, so that looks right to me.
Okay, KC Duncan. All right, everybody going to be back on the lead lap. I imagine KC, KC coming down pit road.
Yeah,
he has had enough. All right, so David Weishart now going to be back up into the lead.
Yep, so it's going to be Weishart and GT now running 1 and 2, which is where they were before these pit stops cycled. However, just in the opposite order.
All right, well, we are over the halfway mark. Let's go ahead and go down through those team points here, starting with the Xfinity Series. I don't know if you have those stats, Blair. Do you, or?
Please hold.
All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and go over the Xfinity Series stats here. For the Xfinity Series, I'm going to let Blair Patterson do the honors of doing the overall for team points where the championship is decided. So, Xfinity Series team points here tonight coming into it. Virtual Racing Alliance in first, 577. Performance in second, 538. Sampson in third, 523. Prime Time in fourth, 491. JBR, Jacob Bell Racing in fifth, 479. Maverick in sixth, 461. Hyperdrive in seventh, 422. Performance in eighth, 405. And Downforce going to round out that top 9 in the teams, going for that team championship in ninth with 308. Blair, you got those overall team points handy.
Got them right here. So the leader of the race, David Weishart, drives for Sampson. They're also leading the team points. Second in team points is Prime Time. Third would be Performance. Fourth is Hyperdrive. Fifth, Jacob Bell Racing. In sixth, Performance Motorsports. Seventh would be Maverick Motorsports. Eighth, Virtual Racing Alliance. And ninth place is Downforce Motorsports. And there's about 1,000 point spread between first and last place. Just,
all right. Go ahead.
No, I was just giving a quick breakdown. Now, between first and second, it's about 200 points. But these points, these team points, these are over all series.
Yes.
So this thing's nowhere near over yet. Sampson's the defending champions in the lead right now, but Primetime's looking to make a move.
Well, do you have those points? You know, I know you mentioned the teams, but do you have those points? Because, you know, people want to know the points too, Blair.
Oh, yeah. So Sampson's at 27.39, Primetime 25.41, Performance 23.63, Hyperdrive 22.76, Jacob Bell at 22.51, Performance 21.96, Maverick 21.64, Virtual Racing Alliance 2,045 points, and Downforce Motorsports 1989.
All right, well, that is gonna be the overall. Yeah, you know, we still have round 10 tomorrow night for the Motec Cup Series. Then we get on into the chase. And, you know, the first 3 races back to back to back. Then we're going to have an off week for week 13 on iRacing. And then we come back racing. And, you know, it's going to be 2 back-to-back races after that. So there's still a lot of points on the line. Anything can happen as we see a battle for the lead here between GT and David Weishart.
Yeah, GT's got a really good run. Got to the bottom side of Weishart here. There's some lap traffic up here, which I don't think is going to be a problem for these guys. This racetrack's a really nice and wide racing surface, so I think they'll get it figured out here pretty easily.
All right, we're still watching that battle. Almost door to door between the 14 and the 88. Man, they were close.
Yeah, some really good racing going on right here for this top spot.
Well, Alan Elwood sees the battle up ahead of him. The harder they battle, the closer that number 5 is going to get. And Jeffrey Creek. Now, Jeffrey Creek is also under some fire here with the 34 of Dalton Cowden, as GT has taken over the lead. But I don't think David is going to give it up too easy.
You know, this could be something here where David didn't want to push that hard on the tires at this point. He knew GT was faster than him at this point in the race, so David might have just pulled over to let him go, save some for later in the run to get back around him.
All right, lap 89 here tonight. The lap 90 this time by 37 watching. Taking a look at the likes here tonight. 28 likes. We're only 2 away from 30 likes here tonight. Man, glad to have everybody out there tuning in. Donna K out there in chat. Monte Rickard. Pierce M joining in after his race he had earlier tonight. Glad to have you, Pierce. Good racing, though, out here by these drivers. But, hey, I'm going to go back here to about 7th place with Jerry Glenn. Ed Morris, Richie Evans right up ahead of him. And the 17 of Tommy Haynes. We've talked about him a lot here tonight.
Oh, yeah, some real exciting racing going on through the field here. I'm trying to find Michael Thwaites, who is 12th in points right in the transfer spot.
All right, Michael Thwaites currently running back here in 21st. Started 23rd. He's up a couple of spots, but, you know, Michael, man, he's just, I think Michael's just wanting to get the best finish he can. He knows it's still semi-early. You know, these laps are winding down, Blair, and, you know, you've got to make moves. Now, do you do it now? You are going to have to pit. You know, you can't make it to the end. So, what do you do? Do you think, you know, if it stays green, it's going to be a short pit? If there is a caution, which it's a possibility, as we see the battle here between Jacob Bell and Michael Thwaites, if there is a caution, say, you know, under 40 to go, you know, the fuel lapse is going to be close. 30 to 40 on fuel. I am not going to do the whole 30 to 36, but 30 to 40 on fuel. So you're going to be pushing those fuel laps real close. Problem. Oh, no, the 12 of Thwaites. Oh, no, contact there. I don't know who that was. That upset that number 12 of Thwaites. Contact between him and another driver. I don't know exactly who that was. That might have been the number 40 of Joshua Gillian there. We're going to go back here on the MaxSpeedTV replay and take a look. Don't know what happened.
Yeah, it looks like him in the 40. I'm not really sure what happened there, but it does look like it was the 40 car.
All right, well, we're going to go take a look at it here. Still under green. The 77 gets around. We go into turn 3. Now, that could have been maybe some net coating issues. You know, just apply, you know, driving for that real estate. We don't know, but good save both by the 40 and the 12 because, you know, both these drivers, they keep it straight and they keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. No caution comes out. This is great driving, great saves by both of these guys. And this is not an easy thing to save right here. I mean, I'm looking at the replay right now. That 12 is full on 90 degrees sideways through the corner, doing his Tokyo Drift impression. Man, that is some awesome driving to keep that thing on the track.
All right. Well, GT Hawkins, 1.3 seconds ahead of our second place. David Weishart, Alan Elwood third. Right back here, Richie Evans, Ed Morris, Ed to the inside of Richie. Ed's going to go into 6th.
Now, I wonder if anybody on Ed's team has relayed to him that the 12 had an issue and step on it.
I don't know.
Because that's the transfer spot right there. That's the battle for 12th. You know, as we're seeing Ed get up here and get a little bit more racy, as the 12 has a problem. I wonder if his crew's communicating that. If I was his spotter, I'd be telling him, "Come on, bud. 12's having problems. Let's go get all we can get right now." I'm not sure who DFD is, but you owe him $1.
That is, I don't know who, Drive for Diabetes Awareness. That is Brett
Drive
For
for
Cool.
Diabetes Awareness. Yes. You owe Drive for Diabetes Awareness.
Yeah, he don't like the word
$1
netcode.
Well, it's a great organization. You should donate your $1.
What if I had it?
And if I say netcode like I just said right there, I'll donate $1.
$1 for every time we say netcode, right?
You're up to $3 now. For
Hey.
those of you scoring at home, Joshua Metloff is up to $3.
All righty. Man, awesome racing by these guys. And we did it. 30 likes here tonight. Awesome job, guys. Oh, it's Lacey out there.
Oh,
Well-
Timothy says the 12 and 7 are teammates. I'm sure they're aware. Oh, I didn't realize the 12 and 7 are teammates. Proves how much I know.
7. All right, let's see here. Michael Thwaites.
And Ed Morris.
And, yep, Primetime Motorsports. Yep, Ed Morris and Michael Thwaites. They sure are.
Proves how much I pay attention.
I'm still learning, so I'm still learning all the teams.
So I think I missed a pass for second while we were watching that amazing save by the
Yep.
12 and the 40.
Yeah, Alan Elwood in second. David back to third. GT, he's just running away with it right now. 1.7 seconds ahead of Alan Elwood. Lap of 100 here tonight, folks. Let's, how about we go on board here with a cockpit crank it up here? Who do we go on board with here, Blair?
I would just go with the leader so that way we can see what GT's doing.
All right, cockpit crank it up here with our leader, GT Hawkins.
So one thing I was noticing about this cockpit cam, and one thing that I really love as a driver on cockpit cams, is when you see somebody out there that's just really fast, I like to take this cockpit view and kind of cheat and see what they're doing. So you can watch their line, you can watch their steering input, you can listen to their engine. I just absolutely love that cockpit view.
Oh yeah, it shows a different perspective of the race. How the driver or drivers are dealing with a certain track condition. Like tonight, Kentucky. It is totally different than most tracks. The cockpit is one of those that I love to choose when I don't have a crank it up.
There you go. I like using it. So extreme admins are awesome. They're great for this community, and they'll put up practice races for us during the week and during the weekend. So when I'm out there practicing and I'm at a track that I'm not really sure of how to get around, I'll pick a fast guy and look at his cockpit cam, and that usually gives me a clue of what he's doing and where I'm missing it.
He's a cheater.
It's not cheating. It's using the tools. I learned it from Bill Belichick.
I do it too.
Yeah, I can use video evidence if need be. Bill Belichick taught me that. It's not cheating. So GT's working through a little bit of lap traffic right now. Still got plenty of a lead out here. Looks like he's 1.3 seconds up on Alan J. Elwood, followed by Dalton Cowden, Jeffrey Carrique, Ed Morris.
Oh, we've got drivers that are coming out pit road. Richie Evans, looks like Garrett Heath, Josh Mayhew now coming out pit road. Looks like some other drivers also came down. Brandon Freeze, David Weishart, Jerry Glenn, Duncan Hunt, Kane, and Bell have all came down pit road. So, some of these drivers pitting early. And, right now, if they pitted now, they could make it to the end.
Absolutely. So that's one of those gambles that you get into now. Do you pit now, get your tires now, and make up the track time while these guys are still out on older stuff? Or do you stay out and have fresher stuff for the end? Looks like GT's coming down pit road right now.
As well as the 12 of Thwaites, the 5 of Elwood. Jeffrey Creek going to stay out.
Davey Hendricks is awful happy that a Toyota is leading the race. Gives him the warm and fuzzies.
I got to say, that supercar is nice. I like that supercar.
Yeah, that Ford Mustang is a great-looking car. I agree with you.
Hey, now. Must not be a Toyota fan.
No, I drive Ford, sir.
Okay. I'm a Dodge guy, really. But
Jeffrey Creek coming onto pit road. He was using all the brake pedal to get on there.
Oh.
I think he got her mowed down in time, though.
He is on pit road as we speak, looking for his pit stall there. He is going to get it in. All right, Darren Clement now out front. And I would say, with Cameron Hearn now being out here in that number 25, he's been out here at about 40 laps here. I'm sure that car's screaming at him right now. Hey, I'm the Sherwin-Williams car, but I need tires, man. Come on.
Absolutely. And Darren Clement out there leading the race right now. He's got a new sponsor on the car, GTR Simulators. I saw it on Darren's Facebook about this new sponsor that's coming on.
All right. That is good to have. We got 43 in chat here tonight. 31 likes. Let's take a look here and see what we're up to here. Looks like we are sitting at 31 likes. Just out of curiosity, can we hit that 35 mark here tonight? We hit the 30, and I do appreciate it. Can we hit 35?
You know, we get to 35, I think Josh is going to go full auctioneer until we get to 50.
All right, tonight. Darren Clement now coming down pit road. Richie Evans, the last driver. Well, he is on the lead lap. It looks like now everybody is going to get back on the lead lap here after Darren coming down pit road. That's going to give the lead up to, okay, Cameron Hearn now coming down pit road. So David Weishart is going to be your race leader here after the second round of green flag pit stops. And it could be the final green flag pit stops if we stay green. And I say if with respect, Blair, because I know these guys, they race hard, but we know what can happen under 20 to go, too.
Oh, absolutely. And here's the really interesting thing. So David Weishart twice now has beat GT Hawkins out of the pit. So Weishart's got something figured out on getting into pit road, getting his service done, and getting out of pit road, and has taken the lead twice now. So shout out to him and his crew for getting that done. That's awesome.
I got Gary Wells and Chad out there saying we won't hit 35, and I know he's just joking around out there, but Gary, we'll have to have a talk, man.
If Gary hasn't hit the like button, I'm going to drive to Indianapolis and press it for him.
All right, well, we're at 34 right now here, folks. 34 likes. I know we can hit that 35 mark. I know we can. And I'm just glad to have all the fans out there tuning in here. Each and every day, just showing y'all support, without the drivers, without the fans, this would not be possible without the sponsors as well. Sim Speed Shop, Rick Motec, Northern Capital, Doug Design, the sponsor for the green flags, All Paul's Animal Hospital. We haven't got to the white flag yet, but the white flag sponsor, Lodge Box. Just glad to have all them on board as we see the battle for the front here. David Weishart and Alan Elwood.
Absolutely. Great battle going on right here. Looks like Alan Elwood. Oh, my goodness gracious. Give me the inside of him there. Woo.
Contact, boy. That put that 88 at. It just left momentum. Lost that momentum. It ain't over.
Oh, the 88's going to be writing that down, and he's going to be taking a note of it. And
it ain't over.
Here in about 30 laps or so, he might be getting back to using that move just in reverse.
All right, we'll be coming to lap 120 here this time by, and then after that, we'll be coming to 20 to go here tonight. And David Myers out there saying flying cars. David, we don't want that. I mean, I know you do, but we don't.
No flying cars, please. They're flying around the track. Good enough for me right now.
We don't want 3, 2, 1 blast off here, okay? Come on now. Be nice, David.
Shad Kern mentioned in the chat that GTR Simulators came on as a team sponsor for him, so even better. That's awesome.
All right. 38 likes here. Wow, y'all crushed that 35. Can we hit 40? We're only 2 away, folks. Can we hit 40? All right, I'm going to say it here, folks. 20 to go here tonight for the Extreme Motorsports and 99.com Sim Speed Shop Xfinity Series Round 10, the regular season finale here at Kentucky, presented by MaxSpeedTV. Myself, Joshua Medlock for MaxSpeedTV. Blair Patterson joining me here tonight. Well, Blair, it's been quite the race here tonight. They've really calmed it down. There's not a whole lot of cautions out here, but we are under that 20 to go, and we know what happened under 20.
Oh, absolutely. Every driver right now knows that it's go time. They got to get all they can get. Especially this top 5 of Elwood, Weishart, GT Hawkins, Jeffrey Creek, Richie Evans. This top 5 is going to get super racy here. And then here's the flip side. They might wear out their tires, and guys back in 10th place You know, there's been strong runners like Cale Gale, who's currently in 9th, been up there. Tommy Haynes also been running strong. He's currently showing an 8th. You know, if these top 5 go up here and start running really hard and wear their tires out, watch for these guys from the back to get up there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, they're still spread out. Ooh, Dalton Cowden, I believe, just either blinked out or something. Oh, man, what's going on with Dalton Cowden in the 34? It looks like he blinked out there. Ooh, nobody's around him. He's okay. But, man, that could have been bad if there was drivers around him.
Yeah, looks like a little blinking issue with the 34 there.
All right, watching Michael Atkins Jr. and the 32 of Darren Clement here, back here 9th and 10th. So we got a battle here for 9th. Darren Clement going to go to the inside of Michael Atkins Jr. on the backstretch. It'll look like he's going to be able to do it, diving it down into 3. Darren now side by side here, 147 as they make their way out of 4 through the tri-oval, this time by, man, I think at 147 though on that high side, got something out there. Now that 32 definitely side by side with Michael Atkins Jr. These two drivers still neck and neck.
Great racing going on all over the track right now.
Alan Elwood up front. I think GT, though, you know, he's coming. David Weishart, 69 laps led. He is going to lead the most laps here tonight. That cannot be beaten right now. Alan won't be able to beat it, and GT wouldn't be able to beat it either. So David Weishart will, if he can finish, which regardless, you know, he'll get the most laps led. Just
absolutely
hang on to it.
Absolutely. Just hang in there. Going to be a good points day. Going to be a strong points day. Plus, he's still got something for the win here.
Oh, yeah. It's not over. He's holding back here a little bit.
I was just scrolling through the field to see where my pick Garrett D. Grant was. He's back here in 25th, and one heck of a battle going on. The 17, the 87 are all back here battling for position, it looks like.
Yep, we're going to watch. Going to go back up here. It looks like we've got the Tommy Haynes. Yep, the 17, the 24 of
Garrett D. Grant.
Garrett D. Grant. Yeah, he is one lap down. Oh, our pole sitter, not what he wanted. All right. Well, man, 13 laps remain here tonight. Gonna make it 12 this time by. $38 likes here tonight, guys. Thank you so much again. And we're still 2 away from that 40 mark. Can we hit 40? I do appreciate the 35. Actually, I appreciate the 38 we got. To all 38 of you, thank you so much. We've got 46 watching. We got 38 likes. Let's hit 40. Let's go. We can do it. Coming to 11 to go this time by 11 laps remaining for Alan Elwood.
Alan Elwood's out to a 2.2 second lead over here over GT Hawkins. So if GT or Weishart are going to make any moves, they've got to go now.
Now would be the time with 10 to go. That time by.
So if they've been saving their tires and saving their equipment for the end, this is when they get on it and get up there and get it real dicey.
As Larry the Cable Guy would say, no copyright infringement intended. Get her done. What?
I appreciate the no copyright infringement part.
Well, You never know what's going to happen with YouTube nowadays.
We don't own the rights to the saying.
Well, I appreciate, and we don't give this much thought. I'm going to say it tonight. I appreciate iRacing for allowing us to do this. Because with them in NASCAR, because they could do the same thing. And I appreciate them allowing us to come in, broadcast leagues, and to be a part of a great community here at iRacing. Get them out there and get them more members. Get people to enjoy sim racing. That is a big plus in my book with iRacing. They have earned my respect with them allowing us to do that.
So far, all around. Hey, you're at your 40 likes, buddy.
Oh yeah, 40 likes here tonight. Heck yeah, guys, awesome job here. Man, love it, love it. 46 peak here tonight. We're still sitting at 43. 7 to go. Alan Elwood up front, but guess what? GT's coming. Has he saved something?
That 14's on rails right now. He's turning great lap time, so he might have something for him here at the end.
All right, let me take a look here. Well, I can't look at it. All right, 6 laps to go. Alan Elwood, 2.5 seconds ahead of GT. David Weissart, third. Jeffrey Creek. Now right here, battling out here with the 88. Boy, Jeffrey wants that third spot. Jeffrey coming in 2 tonight. 6 in the point. Mathematically, I would say locked in, but, I'm not the admin. I don't make those final decisions. He's just wanting to get the best finish he can to solidify that spot.
And help out with the team points as well. That's
VRA,
the other bit yep. VRA, I believe you said they're leading Xfinity points, so that's going to help him out every spot he gets.
Yep, they're leading VRA. They're currently running back in 8th in the overall team points. And, definitely this would help that overall, all the series combined for sure. Right now, we are going to be sitting here at 4 to go. 16 more turns here for Alan Elwood. I know it sounds like it's long, isn't it?
You make it sound like a lot. It's really not much to go here.
I do that on purpose, All right. Taking off the 4. 12 more turns here for Alan. 3 to go. I like having a good time, as you can tell. But, hey, we got battles here. Ed Morris, Richie Evans. Ed Morris, Ed Morris, yeah. We got battles going on back here. I just seen it here in the ticker, or in the timing screen for ATVO. So, all right, looks like Ed going to complete that pass. Oh, man, it's getting dicey.
Man, that was really nice. That was really close to the 77. I believe that's Jacob Bell right there.
Yeah. Well, David Weissart has Richie Evans in the 8 to his inside. And we're going to see 3 wide here for just a split second. At 77, backing it off there of Jacob Bell. Oh, man. 8 more turns here for Allen. Well, it's going to be coming to the lodge box. White flag here tonight. 1 to go here for Alan Elwood. Man, Allen starting 29th here tonight. Man, what a run for that number 5.
It's almost like you read my mind. Yeah, started 29th here today. What an amazing drive by him.
Alan Elwood coming across the stripe is going to win it for the regular season finale here for the Sim Speed Shop Xfinity Series at Kentucky.
What a great drive for
Man.
Alan Elwood there. I'll go ahead and read off the top 5. We got GT Hawkins second, Jeffrey Creek up to third, Ed Morris got it up to fourth, Richie Evans in fifth.
All right. Well, we're going to let these guys kind of do their burnouts. We're going to step away here real quick, play a quick commercial break. We're going to get the top 3 up here for an interview here, and then, man, we're going to let them get ready for tomorrow night. But, hey, stay here, folks, because we're going to interview these drivers. Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. I have caught up with that Virtual Racing Alliance 51 of Jeffrey Creek here tonight, finishing third. And Jeffrey, well, this is definitely going to help you solidify going into the chase, man. You know, mathematically probably locked in, but, you know, you never know what's going to happen, man. Talk about the regular season finale here at Kentucky, man. Awesome green flag runs out there. You guys got it figured out after the couple of cautions that was out there. But, man, 2 green flag pit stops out there tonight. What did it take here at Kentucky?
Overall, man, it was a good race, good clean race. A lot of green flag runs, which a lot of us can appreciate. And I mean, the car itself was kind of loose on the very first couple laps, but after that, it got extremely tight. So coming out of 4, I'm not sure what you guys saw up there in the booth, but I know in practice, a lot of guys knocking the wall down coming out of 4. And pretty much every lap after the first few laps, the car felt like it wanted to drift up there into the wall coming out of 4. So it was definitely a pretty tough setup to drive, and but overall, clean race.
Well, you managed to get it in third. You know, one quick question about the race here tonight. How was the tire wear? Was it pretty bad out there?
It was extremely bad. I mean, the tires were, after those long runs, those tires were down in like the 50s and 60% on the tires.
Man, that's bad.
Yeah, they got worse as the run. I mean, depends on how hard you would run. Like in the first couple stints, I was electing to go a little easier just to made some changes with the steering and stuff like that, just trying to feel it out from practice of the difference in the track and everything else. But I decided on the last one there just to push it a little bit harder because I knew guys had kind of short pit a little bit. So Yeah.
All right, well, the chase coming up here, buddy. How do you feel about starting the chase out at Atlanta Motor Speedway, round 1?
I'm not a huge Atlanta fan. I like it. I can run it, but I'm not too keen on the track. But overall, I feel like with Alan finishing first and myself finishing third, at least we got a little bit of momentum going into the chase. So that's what tonight was all about for me. Alan was already more or less locked in, so for me it was just get a decent finish and kind of lock myself into the chase. So.
All righty, buddy. Well, hey, bud, man, congratulations. Third thought shout out you want to give before you go celebrate this finish here tonight?
I got to thank my teammates, Alan and Cameron, as well as Blake, Topper, Ron, all those guys at VRA. I got to thank you for doing the broadcast, Rick for running the league, and all the admins, Don, all those guys. They do it every night while we're racing. They're up there just kind of officiating the races and everything. And, of course, my pregnant wife for allowing me to come in here a couple nights a week to have fun. So.
Oh, she's expecting. Well, congratulations to you both.
Thanks, man.
We're going to celebrate third here tonight, man. Get ready for the chase.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our second place finisher here tonight. GT Hawkins, buddy. Second place, man. What a run out there. Man, talk about the race here for the regular season finale at Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know how much more you could ask for, really. It was super clean race, good long green flag runs, a lot of pit strategy coming into play there. Tire management was kind of the biggest thing, I think, but yeah, I was super excited. It was tiring, but it was a fun race.
Well, GT, you're in second, coming in too tonight in the point standing, so locked in, of course. But talk about going into the next race, because Kentucky out of the way, it's done and over with. We know the tire wear here tonight was rough. How was it for you?
That was the only reason why I did anything. So I mean, I just super saved my tires that first or second run that we got, maybe the second long run we got. I just hung back and saved my tires, and then 20 laps, it was I felt like I almost had a second on those guys per lap. It was crazy, but I slid through my stall on the last pit stop, and I don't think that matters, but I think Alan would have got me anyways. But I wish I hadn't done that. I wish it could have been a little bit closer, but it was fun racing with those guys, and congrats to Alan for sure.
All righty, buddy. Well, Atlanta Motor Speedway for Chase Race 1, Round 1 of the top 12 next week, buddy. What are your thoughts going into Atlanta?
I hope it's slick. I hope it's hot. That's I just don't want it to be tight, which it isn't very often. So.
All righty, buddy. Well, congratulations on second thought shout out you want to give before you go celebrate.
Yeah, thank you to Pit Pass, Extreme Motorsports, Sim Speed Shop, MaxSpeedTV, Maverick Motorsports, all my friends, family watching. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, and if they updated the points just now, I got the regular season championship. Not that means a whole lot, but
I'm
proud of that.
I'm looking at it here. Yeah, the regular season championship, of course. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Thank you, Blair. The Daddy Patterson up here helping me out here tonight. But yeah, I do see it here. So congratulations on that, GT. Man, thought shout out you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
Yeah, really just everybody in the league. It's super awesome to be a part of this. I'm proud of having the regular season championship. Like I said, it doesn't mean much, but these guys are super tough to race against, and so it means a lot to me. So thanks a lot.
Well, JT, you got some momentum going into Atlanta, buddy. Go celebrate here tonight. Get ready for the chase next week.
Thanks, Josh. Good race, guys.
All right. We'll get him up there. And here comes our winner here tonight. And I'm going to say it, of course, as I say it every time he's in the booth. Elwood coming away with the win for Virtual Racing Alliance. Oh, Alan Elwood, buddy. Man, awesome job out there. You did what you had to do. Talk about your racing, and how did you come away with the win here tonight, bud?
Yeah, I don't even know. The nights didn't start the way that I wanted to. I planned on hopefully starting up front, and I hit the wall coming out at 4 on my first lap, screwed up my second lap, so I had to start in the back. methodically worked the way through the field. We had that first caution, and at that point, then once everything settled down and everything kind of went green, I was able to just time runs right because you had to do that tonight with how tight the cars were.
Yeah.
It was almost unbearable to drive. So, it was all about getting runs off the corner, and I think I successfully did that.
Well, getting the runs off the corner, of course, getting loose, too, coming out of fours was a big problem here, too. But the tire wear, that right front, and, all around, that right front, though, especially, tire wear, big key here tonight being how tight it was. So, was you trying to save any tires, that last green flag pit stop we had, getting into the final stint of the race? Because of, just the drivers you had around you and those that were making moves coming up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Josh, not really. How I was driving, I wasn't necessarily abusing the tire as so much as maybe some other guys are having problems with. And at that point, I was like, okay, I can be as aggressive as I want to be because essentially we're going to cut this green run down into basically half.
Yeah.
So when we all pitted that last time, I was like, I know that if I can just get close enough to GT, that I have a chance to at least pass him. And I don't know how I lucked out. I beat him off pit road, and at that point, then we were clear. But yeah, I mean, you had to save tires to a degree, but I felt like I was strong enough in the long run that I didn't necessarily have to.
Okay, all right. Hey, good analogy there. You're the one driving. we don't know what's going on there on the track. So, but hey, regular season is over with, man. We're getting ready for the chase here. Atlanta coming up. Atlanta Motor Speedway next week for round 1 of the chase. You got some momentum going in there, to it. You're in the chase. And talk about Atlanta and, of course, thought shout out you want to give before you go celebrate. Atlanta first, though.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Atlanta. Defending race winner there, and Atlanta's always one of my favorite places to go. I think that we're going to be fighting a really loose condition depending on weather next week. So if the car's hanging out, sliding, that's going to be a blast to drive. So I'm looking forward to that. Kudos everybody tonight for a great race. GT was super fast. And Jeff getting a podium there. Awesome job by my teammates tonight. Cameron didn't have the best luck, but I guess it is what it is. So appreciate you guys here in the booth for all you do every week, and everybody here at Extreme for the race, and I look forward to next week.
All right, Alan, congratulations on the win here tonight. Go celebrate and get ready for the chase at Atlanta, bud.
You bet. Thanks.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, that was Alan Elwood there. Let's get them down here on the unofficial results, putting in the admin stuff they have to do. Alan Elwood going to grab the win here tonight. GT Hawkins going to finish in that second spot. Jeffrey Creek in third. Ed Morris in fourth. Richie Evans fifth. Darren Clement sixth. David Weishart seventh. Cale Gale eighth. Tommy Haynes ninth. And Michael Atkins Jr. is going to grab that top 10. Blair.
11th place, we got Nick Hunt. 12th would be Mason Kane. 13th, Nicholas Varoom. David Elliott comes home in 14th. Bryce Sinisak, 15th. Danny Ware, 16th. Jerry Glenn in 17th. Dalton Cowden, 18th. Garrett Heath, 19th. And Cameron Hearn on the lead lap, finished 20th.
All right, Josh Mayu, 21st. Michael Mueller, 22nd. Jacob Bell, 23rd. Michael Thwaites, 24th. Garrett D. Grant, 25th. Brandon Freeze, 26th. Casey Duncan, 27th. Willie Nelson, 28th. Zach Ogburn, 29th. And Tommy Amassi in 30th.
Then finishing it off would be Josh Gillian in 31st. Mike Rominger, 32nd. Andrew Miraz, 33rd. Gary May, 34th. Mark Hamlin coming home in 35th. Jeremy Horn, 36th. And Jeremy Clifton, 37th.
All right, Andy Starcher, Don Kidder, our admins here again tonight. But our winner is going to go to Alan Elwood here tonight. And, congratulations to Alan for the win. And the points have already been updated here, Blair. You sent them to me here. We have the top 12 here for the Sim Speed Shop Xfinity Series. J.T. Hawkins, Bryce Setisak, Alan Elwood, David Weishart, David Elliott, Jeffrey Creek, Kel Gale, Jacob Bell, Nicholas Roman, Garrett Heath, Ed Morris, and Nick Hunt gonna round out that top 12 going into the chase, Blair. So, this is going to be very interesting going into Hotlanta next week.
Absolutely. And you picked Nick to make it into the chase. So
Yes, I
he's going to
did.
be really happy that you picked him and he made it in. And this chase is going to be really exciting with these 12 guys coming in here, starting off with Atlanta. I just want to run down the chase schedule real quick. So it's going to be Atlanta, Charlotte, Darlington, Chicago, and rounded out at Homestead Miami Speedway. So this is going to be a really exciting playoff.
Yes, it is. Alrighty, folks. Well, this has been myself, Joshua Medlock Blair, the Natty Patterson up here in the booth. Blair, again, thank you so much for stepping in here tonight. You have seen firsthand what happens up here in the booth.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Next week, I plan on standing right above you on the spotter stand, back at my normal Wednesday night position. So I'll be doing some stomping up there to let you know I'm there.
All right, Blair, again, thank you. Everybody out there, thank you so much. 43 likes here tonight before we ended the stream here, man. Awesome job. We hit 48 at peak, man. You fans out there killed it here again tonight. But until tomorrow night for the Rick Motec Cup Series, round 10, back out of here at the Kentucky. Stay safe, everybody, and have a good night.
Wow.